Hello, everybody. My name is Hudson Fennell. I did an internship for credit with Warren Averett, a CPA firm. And through this presentation, you'll learn a lot about just the company and a couple of the things that I have in store to talk about today. So the overview of today, I will be talking about the background of myself and Warren Averett, some essential duties of the internship and special projects that I worked on with some tax partners, and then some relevant classroom and coursework connections with the job and the writing assignment, and then about any recommendations or advice to other students. So about me is I'm an accounting major and graduating senior at Oglethorpe. I also played on the Oglethorpe men's soccer team all 4 years, and I was part of the fraternity SAE for 3. And I plan to go to graduate school in the fall 2020 for my master's in taxation. Still deciding. I've gotten a couple of offers from a few schools, but we'll see. So about Warren Averett, their headquarters are in Birmingham, but they have 15 different office locations in the southeastern region. They're the 4th largest firm in the southeastern region and 35th largest overall. They offer traditional accounting services, risk, security, technology services, advisory services, and a bunch of other services. So some other facts about the company is that they have over 800 employees. They serve clients in a wide variety of industries. And they have offices also in India and the Grand Caymans. And they operate in all 50 states in the US and 36 countries worldwide. So some of the duties that I had to do were the obvious administrative duties, just e-filing, scanning, and creating tax organizers and such. But I also worked closely with the executive administrative assistants to provide support for the tax and audit sides for the project deadlines throughout the busy season. And another special project I did was the tax research for the qualified opportunity zones in Georgia, which kind of just gives a tax credit to certain companies that fall in different tiers, as it'll be on the next slide. I'll discuss it more. So these different tiers are tied into how much growth you have in the county itself, and so they rank you in different tiers, and the most helpful is the approved opportunity zone. It gives you the most tax credit per how developing or how many jobs you create from or in your zone. So with the coronavirus, had a direct impact on my job, as I actually got an extension, which was a little bit odd, but got an extension for 15 days. Morgan and I were the only ones that were able to be kept on. And I would have to go into the office a couple of days a week to help with some essential duties and to help the company operate effectively and efficiently. It was kind of hard because I couldn't take much work home, but I was able to make do with what I had, as all the duties I had to do were mainly at the office. So working in the office, I did a lot of mail duties, sorting and scanning in different tax organizers and other documents for the other tax partners to be able to use and create tax returns. And I also mailed out audit confirms and budgets, as those were very time sensitive. So some related coursework I did were all the accounting courses, as I was working at an accounting firm, especially the tax for the individual course that directly applied to the tax project I was able to do. And I also was able to I also used strategic management, leadership and power in business and business law. So just more elaborating on what I just said. With strategy, leadership, and the accounting laws, they all directly impacted how I was trained and what I was able to work on, as I couldn't work on different tax assignments as I was an administrative assistant or intern. The reflective journal, I realized that I want to be in the public accounting realm from this internship, as I really like people that I worked with, and I really enjoyed being in that side of the busy season. And it helped me focus juggling time management and keeping focus on multiple areas of my life all at once. And so the paper that I had to write, I had a topic of the changes in the Job and Tax Code Act of 2017, and I did 4 different sections of that, but the first 2 are the 2% miscellaneous deductions and changes in the tax rates amongst different corporations, and also the changes to the estate tax exemption and gift tax exemption, which was just raised and allows people to give different gifts such as cars through a trust that are tax-free, and other tax project that I also worked on earlier, the designated opportunity zones. So what I learned really it was just great learning experience, being in an office throughout the busy season, working with a lot of deadlines and a lot of tight schedules. I learned to not overload myself as I was working part-time, and I was using the right, or I was just thinking in the right sense with a lot of coursework that I had, and just to do an internship that makes you happy. Some advice to others is I would do an internship that makes you happy, but also just time management, know what you're getting into. That's why I did this part-time, because I knew I'd have a lot of other things that I was juggling with, and never be afraid to ask for feedback or take criticism, as I messed up pretty bad one time, but I owned up to it and ended up working it out. Yeah, so like I said, don't be afraid to make some mistakes. You're going to learn. That's kind of what this internship is all about, is learning and from your mistakes and the opportunities you have. And then this creates a bond with the company and allows you to have, a potential opportunity outside of college, getting your name in the face out there. So some final thoughts is just, I think any internship is a resume booster, helps you kind of jumpstart you from one point A to point B where you want to be. I love the company I work for, and coronavirus wasn't ready for it, but I'm going to come out even stronger from being able to work through the situation.